Hello students, in this video I'm going to tell you about different kinds of material and their sorting. Now what is this sorting? Sorting means grouping materials together or on the basis of their similarities and dissimilarities. Now around you see a different kinds of material. You see desk, you see chair, you see books, so many materials are there around you, but you know that they are sorted, means they are arranged properly. So the arrangement is done on the basis of their properties. But why do we need to group the objects? We need to group the objects to save time to find the object. It saves our energy. Grouping or sorting makes the place well arranged and beautiful. It gives us convenience to store. It gives us convenience to study. So on the whole, it helps us. The matter from which an object is made is called as material. And the process of sorting and grouping material according to some basic similarities is called as classification. So when the objects are sorted according to some similarities, it is called as classification. Now, the properties on which the materials can be sorted, they are appearance, hardness, solubility, density and transparency. On the basis of these 5 properties, material can be sorted out and they can be classified. They can be changed into groups. First one is appearance. See, appearance means when you see the object. So when you see the object, you see that whether the object is rough, whether the object is smooth, whether the object is shiny or whether the object is dull. Like gold, copper, aluminium, they are shiny elements. Okay. On the other hand, iron, it is a shiny element. Okay. Then the second property is your hardness. Hardness is when you can touch and see whether the object is hard or soft, like your cotton and sponge, they are soft. On the other hand, wood and iron, they are hard. You can touch and feel them, they are hard. So you can group the things according to this property. Iron is hard, so it is used for the construction purpose. When you construct your houses, when you construct buildings, you need iron for it. Okay. Next property is your soluble and insoluble. Okay. When the object they dissolve in water, it is called as soluble substance, like salt and sugar. When the substances they do not dissolve in water, it is called as insoluble substances, like sand and stones. Okay. And water is taken as the standard medium to check the solubility. Another property is your density. Density is mass per unit volume. Density tells you whether the object will sink or float. The object having higher density than water will sink down, and the object having less density than water will float. Okay. Like if you have coin is made up of a metal, it settles down. On the other hand, if you have wood is lighter than, it has a lighter density than water, it floats. Even plastic floats, even balloon will float. And on the other hand, the material made up of metal like iron, metals, they are having more density, they will sink down. So density tells you whether the object will float or whether the object will sink. Okay. Like, will a needle float or sink? Will a plastic pen float or sink? Will a pencil float or sink in water? So these all things depend upon the density of that particular object. If density is more than water, it will sink. If density is less than water, it will float. Another property is your transparency. Transparency tells you whether the object is opaque, translucent or transparent. Opaque objects are through which you can't see anything. Okay, they are your opaque object like metals and wood. Translucent objects are through which we can see partially, like your butter paper, frosted glass. Transparent are through which we can see clearly. Okay, so now I hope that you have understood the concept of why we need sorting of material.